All right, everyone. So we have an interesting story here from WrestleVote. Sources indicate WWE has discussed introducing a Tribal Chief Championship into the storyline between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, similar to the People's Championship presented to The Rock at WrestleMania earlier this year. So I want to read one comment from JD from New York. Okay. He says, why introduce something that has no significance to anyone else, won't be defended, and they already have the Ula Fala? Is Dwayne muddying up creative before WrestleMania already? WrestleVotes responded to this saying, "Don't think that has anything to do with The Rock, but maybe they'll take a look at the comments and reconsider." So the point is that there's a lot of people who are not liking this, right? If you look down the comments, and I tend to agree with them. Just have to put it right out there. I do not understand why adding another championship in here is a good idea. There's a difference between, and we've done videos on this, there's a difference between adding to the women's division more championships, because the problem with the women's division is that you have all these talented wrestlers and you don't have enough titles for all of them. You have more than enough talented female superstars, don't have enough talented titles. You just don't have enough titles for all that talent. On the men's side, you have a lot of talent, and you could say you don't have enough titles, but you already got a bunch of titles. Adding something like this just doesn't matter. Nobody cares about The Rock's championship. I mean, does anybody care about that championship? Nobody cares about it because it's stupid. It's just putting it out there. That championship means nothing. Okay. He could wear it. Nobody cares about it. Now, does that mean that people don't care about The Rock? No, people care about The Rock regardless if he has a title or not. And I think the reason the tweet we read is the Ulafala actually was kind of this cool little idea, that they had with using that as like the signal of the tribal chief, bringing that into the storyline. That was a cool idea, bringing that in. So you don't need a championship. You have that because it's just something that it's not a title, but it just shows like, okay, you're the head of the bloodline. That's what it's signaling, right? So that was cool. It's not necessarily cool to add a random championship that's going to mean nothing because what are we going to constantly have now battles for I mean, it almost makes you feel like, the bloodline's going to go the direction of like the NWO, where the problem at the end of the day with the NWO is that they over expanded the thing to hell and there was just way too many people in it and nobody cared about the NWO anymore. And it would be similar with the bloodline. If the bloodline had a championship, right? If you had a bloodline championship and other people like, okay, so you either have it where it's Roman versus Solo, and then the winner just has it for eternity. And in that case, maybe it's kind of cool. And then nobody cares about it again because it literally won't exist anymore. Or you have it where it's like something that is a mainstay in WWE, and then you just have random people winning it, which then it doesn't make any sense. Kind of like what happened with the NWO, where just random people were in it and random things were happening and there was offshoots to it. Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I think, look, you don't need championships. This is what I think WWE does have to consider is championships matter more to the actual wrestlers than they do to any fan. Like, honestly, like we do not care necessarily in some cases about these titles. And what I mean by that is not that nobody cares about like, the main championships. Like, it's not that nobody cares about Gunther's championship or Cody's championship. That's not the point. The point is just making a championship doesn't make people care. And so when you have those really good ones, okay, sure, people care about those in a sense. But Cody Rhodes, people care about his matches, whether he has a title belt or not. People care about a variety of other things that have nothing to do with championships. Look back on great wrestlers through history. Some of them had only a few championship wins, but they were always in the main event scene because they were loved by the audience, right? They were loved by the fan base. So championships don't matter. Now, at the same time, I understand why to a wrestler it would matter because to them it signals I'm one of the best. So I get why that would matter to them. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.